Okay, my name is Kip Ferguson. I come from down south, Hollis, New Hampshire, and been coming up here and playing in at the Weare Old Home Days for quite a few years. And I'd like to wish you guys a happy 250th birthday. That's a big one, and looks like you're doing it up right. I don't know if you had to pay extra money to get the good weather today, but you certainly did, and feels pretty good to me. I'm going to do a song that's written by a friend of mine named George Tucci. George comes from down in Leominster, Massachusetts. And he wrote a song called Moonlight Over the Factories. It's a song about growing up out in Leominster. I remember going on the go, summertime, the air's still hot, radio playing down the street, the grinding of the factories, thunderstorms are mystified, beneath my mother's legs I'd hide, waiting for the rainbow in the yellow sky. I'm waiting for the sun to make the pavement dry, and I remember the sun coming bellowing through, laughter in an empty room, and I can still see the raindrops sparkling on the tree. Most of all I remember, there was moonlight over the factory. I remember such football games, sometimes the older men would play on the street where the police came, but when we left they played again. Avenues and giant fields, neighborhood football
fields. And Weare's finest, leading off the parade here. Directly behind them, you'll see the 250th anniversary birthday cake, which was unveiled a couple of months ago at our patriotic celebration.
I want to eat that.
So now we know how they stay so fit. You know, with budget cuts, you know, you gotta do what they can. Great job, thank you, sir. Happy anniversary to the town of Weare. I've never seen Jerry so dapper, but he's looking great, Jerry. And many thanks to Caring Pause Therapy dogs for being part of our parade. fire truck coming through.
Just wait for another police officer to come by. Wait for another police officer to come help you.
Good luck getting that blade out of there, Eddie.
How are you doing? Right away.
You get some beautiful horse riders coming through, the riders as well as the horses. Many thanks for being part of our celebration, folks.
Oh, he's so cute. Their eyes, though. Oh my god, look at that one's eyes. It has like blue eyes.
Love all the blue and white.
Don't take me.
Of course, being old home days and thinking back on our town's history, I see blue and white, I immediately think of Weare High School, which of course no longer exists. So that was mine and many other folks' high school of graduation up until 1987 when John Stark took over. We have some tractors coming through here. We've got an awesome silly 53-ounce Chalmers on the way, 39 Ford Deluxe as well.
To Miss Mousie's house, They rode up to Miss Mousie's house, They rode up to Miss Mousie's house, perhaps in a very loud roar, Oh boy, you can clap along if you want, that's cool. Well, he said, Miss Mouse, are you within, He said, Miss Mouse, are you within, Well, he said, Miss Mouse, are you within? She said, there, love, and she told her chin, Oh boy. Well, he took Miss Mousie on his knee, He took Miss Mousie on his knee, Well, he took Miss Mousie on his knee, said, little Gus, would you marry me, Oh boy. Not with Uncle Rat's consent, Not with our Uncle Rat's consent, Well, not with Uncle
Logan, watch out!
Weare's 250th. Weare in.
Lacey. Is there more bags than candy? I actually have bags. Woo! You guys want some frisbees? We got some frisbees.
Coming here, I know, running for mayor of Weare. Good luck with that. The 39 Ford Deluxe, we've got 53 Willie's wagon. Oh, there they are, hey guys! Hi, part of my neighbors, they just got that days ago, and man, you can't stop looking at it. It's a beautiful car. We've got a 33 Ford Woody being driven by John Heck. They got literally like a few days ago, and we're already at a parade. I love it. We got a Ford 56 here, it's a club sedan. Rod Wilson, beautiful vehicle, sir. A 63 and a half Falcon Spirit convertible. Perfect car for a day like today. A 29 Model A Ford Roadster. Being driven by Norm Farmer. Or as we say in Weare, it's Norm Farmer. My guy's got that. 53 American here, it's a convertible being driven by still seniors. The homecoming queens right there. The 54 Mercury Sun Valley being driven driven by my buddy Charlie McLean, class of 64. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that everybody in town knows who Charlie is. If you don't know who Charlie is, you don't actually live in town. You're not an official resident until you know who Charlie is. Got another Ford Crown Vic 55 being driven by Barry Wood. Beautiful two-tone. Got 11 class of 64. We got a 51 Ford Vic being driven by Craig Hadley. Something about the blue and white, teal and white just has a classy look. Coming through a 1930 Ford Model A being driven by Bob Hatfield from Weare. Don't you wish you could be 80, 85 years old and look as good as that thing? 1930 Ford Model A. It looks like it just came off the shop. Right behind, we got a 55 Chevy. Richard Edmonds driving the two-tone red and white 55 Chevy. Behind the Chevy, 63 Falcon Futura convertible. Bob and Beverly, nice looking car there. We've got a 40 Packard, driven by Tom Holt, carrying the Height Flanders family. Some of these folks have made it up from Ohio to be here. I love the Packard. If you have a Packard, you got to put the family in, right? It's a Packard, you got to have a family. 75 GMC, driven by Ken Bars. Sky Blue GMC and a 57 Caddy. Bob, you're up. What car you got there, sir?
Stop it now.
The white walls just make it extra special, don't they? The 56 Ford F-150, F-100. That's right, a 56 Ford. And it looks as good as new. Driven by Marshall Connor. And that 53 Ford in Stony looks beautiful as well. The 44 Massey. Of course, you can't have any tractors in any parade without a Massey. Of course, we need to have the kids dressing up their bikes in the patriotic colors. Love the old carrots there, too. Here's our town hall. Roger Construction hoping to celebrate our event to remember the 50th celebration of the town of Weare. Official town seal on the back. The Lake Horace Dam, of course, to make sure 1936 doesn't happen again. And many thanks to everyone who's been coming out here to enjoy our old home days and the 250th anniversary celebration. That is the conclusion of the parade, but there is so much more happening throughout the day. If you have not yet picked up a Weare Old Home Day site map, we have a schedule of events on the map underneath the show tent at 11 o'clock. The New Hampshire Wildlife Demonstration, an exhibit by the Swan Lake Natural Science Center. At noon, we have Legends and Lies by Perry. At 1 o'clock, the Old Time Magic Show with Andrew Pennard. At 2 o'clock, Weare and Weare. It's a slideshow presentation. And then at 2:30, the Weare Police Department putting on their demonstration of what we wear. That's underneath the show tent at the gazebo. At 11 o'clock, Kip Ferguson with some folk music. At 12:15, Craig Fahey and the Firehouse Second Alarm. At 1:30 this afternoon, RTH Martial Arts, who've been in town for years now. They are going to be putting on a demonstration. And Jerry Grimo, I don't know if it's Grimo, Jerry, and the East Bay Jazz Ensemble at 2:30. Again, you can find out more by grabbing yourself a site map, either at the Weare Historical Society Museum underneath their tent. They have some information for you. The 250th anniversary celebration has a tent set up right nearby. You can pick up your maps there. There's a site map, a very large site map, set up on display on the lawn of the Historical Society Museum, which is the Stone Memorial Building. And I just learned they're going to be moving the muster. If you were under the impression the French and Indian War muster was going to be happening at the tennis courts, which is where it was going to be, they're actually moving it down onto the lawn of the Stone Memorial Building, right onto the side, the north side of the Stone Memorial Building. So French Indian War muster, that's happening throughout the day, as a matter of fact. Just a reminder that it was going to be at the tennis courts. It's now on the lawn of the Stone Memorial Building. On the grounds, again, you can find copies of the maps. Linda Graham will be inside the Stone Building at around noon or so. She is the artist who created the commemorative poster, and she'll be doing some signings, again, starting around noon. And also Scenes of Weare, the photo contest. They have their tent set up. You can take a look at some of the beautiful photos that have been taken around town and see which ones you think are the best. So many more things happening. The horse sheds are set up in back of the town hall. There's a library book sale happening at the town hall. There's a Concord coach display right on the corner of East Street and the entrance to the middle school. And you also find the car show tent is right nearby there. We have a number of vendors with booths set up. One of the vendors we'd like to thank is the Goffstown Fish and Game Association, which has a number of members there. I'm a member. A number of people in town are members. They have quite a large display set up, and we have a number of artisans and vendors right there in front of the Memorial Stone Building, beside the gazebo. The American Legion serving some food. You can also find the antique tractors in between the Town Hall and the American Legion. So all of this is going on throughout the day. And we do want to remind you one final thing. Coming up September 21st, it's the commemorative luncheon at John Stark Regional High School. This is a lunch that takes you back in time. The entire menu is foods and offerings that would have been served over the years, over the decades, over the centuries. It's to celebrate and support the 250th celebration. Tickets are available at the 250th Celebration Committee's tent, and again, that is on the lawn of the Stone Memorial Building. So if you'd like to enjoy a lunch that will take you back in time, make sure you mark off September 21st on your social calendar, your little black book, and pick up a couple of tickets. Again, that'll be at John Stark. So again, thanks for everyone coming out to enjoy Old Home Days here in the town of Weare, our 250th anniversary celebration, and enjoy the weekend.
Perhaps in a very loud roar, Oh boy, you can clap along if you want. Let's go. Well, he said, Miss Mouse, are you within? He said, Miss Mouse, are you within? Well, he said, Miss Mouse, are you within? She said, there, love it, toe to chin, Oh boy. Well, he took Miss Mousy on his knee, He took Miss Mousy on his knee, Well, he took Miss Mousy on his knee. Said, little girls, would you marry me? Oh boy. Not with Uncle Rat's consent, Not without Uncle Rat's consent, Well, not with Uncle Rat's consent, I would not marry the president, Oh boy. Uncle Rat, he laughed and shook his head. Uncle Rat, he shook his head. Well, Uncle Rat, he shook his side. Think that mouse would be as bright, Oh boy. Uncle Rat went running to town, Uncle Rat, he went running to town, Well, Uncle Rat ain't running to town to find Miss Mousy a wedding gown, Oh boy, where should the wedding supper be, Well, where should the wedding supper be, Where should the wedding supper be? Way down yonder in a hollow tree, Oh boy. And what should the wedding supper be, What should the wedding supper be, Well, what should the wedding supper be? A fried mosquito and a black-eyed pea, That sounds good, don't it? First come in was a flying moth, First come in was a flying moth, First come in was a flying moth. She laid out that tablecloth, Oh boy. Well, the next come in was a Junie bug, Next come in was a June bug, yeah, Well, next come in was a Junie bug. Where to your water jug, Oh boy. Well, the next to come in was a bumblebee, Yeah, the next to come in was a bumblebee, Well, the next to come in was a bumblebee. Got a little fiddle there on his knee, Oh boy. Next to come in was a black buck bee, Next to come in was a little buck bee, Next to come in was a little buck bee. Well, he danced up a jig with a bumblebee, Oh boy. Next to come in was Mrs. Cow, Next to come in was Mrs. Cow, Well, next to come in was Mrs. Cow. She tried to dance, but she didn't know how, Oh boy. Well, the next to come in was a little tick, Next to come in was a little tick, Well, next to come in was a little tick. He ate so much that it made him sick, Oh boy. Well, next to come in was Dr. Fly, Next to come in was Dr. Fly, Yeah, next to come in was Dr. Fly. Touched him sick and he just might die, Oh boy. Next to come in was a big black snake, Next to come in was a big black snake, Well, next to come in was a big black snake. He ate up all of the wedding cake,
We had the service.
He was hungry.
That we need to find
Next to come in was an old gray cat,
find the feeder and stuff of the big.
Next to come in was an old gray cat, Next to come in was an old gray cat. She ate that mouse and she ate up the rat, Oh boy.
Look at this, I did that.
Well, Mr. Frog went hopping in the brook, Mr. Frog went hopping down in the brook, Running, bopping down in the brook. The white duck came and he ate him up, Oh boy.
Yes.
Little piece of cornbread riding on the bus, Little piece of cornbread riding on the shelf, Well, little piece of cornbread sitting on the shelf. If you want any more, you can sing it yourself, Oh boy. Oh boy. Yes, sir.
Okay.
But Dad, if you need to tighten the legs, you just pull. Alright, Bruce. And then this he climbs down, but I think he can bounce down.
Brendan?
And tomorrow, if I live here tomorrow for my last day.
I should be my last
Have fun in it.
Why do you have mine?
What time, Lily? We're waiting for you.
Try this.
What do I have to do?
You gotta go to those spots.
Right there?
Flip it short.
Right there.
There you go.
I can't reach it, Dad. I can't reach it. I'm trying to tell you. What? Yeah. Put your left foot on the green.
Take your time. Left foot on the greens and it's right under you. There you go. Take your
I'm
time,
trying to
Brandon.
reach it, but I can't.
Hold on, put your right foot out. There you go.
Go, Darian.
The stuff got too small.
Push up in your right foot.
I'm done.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
You're doing it.
You're doing good. Good job. Come on, buddy.
You're almost there. You're doing it.
Take a break. Keep going.
You
Oh, you can. You can.
Try stepping your foot up first.
You don't gonna fall. He's holding you.
Put your foot up on that. There you go.
Push down that foot.
There you go.
You're doing it. No, try.
Keep going.
That one, yeah.
Don't look down. Don't look down. Look up.
I can't push out.
Raise your feet and push out a little bit.
Your other foot.
Walk down, buddy. Walk down.
Other side. I'm stuck.
You're not stuck. There's always down.
Alright, try it. See if you fall. Go for it.
Brandon here.
Good job.
They just
Where?
You want to try it again, Brendan?
Thank you.
Kick off the wall.
Oh, I reached it. I can't feel my fingers.
Well, right? So their sense of sight not that great. They're pretty nearsighted. They have better night vision than we do, but their sense of sight's not great. Their sense of hearing is even not that great. But their sense of smell and their sense of touch are their primary senses that's going to help them to find their way at night and in the dark.
Well, we do
But those ears not having
stuff
fur
that's more
does help
orientated
them
toward the kids.
hear best.
If there's any kids around that like to listen to stuff. One thing that kids love is dirt. Dirt is a good thing for children. So I'll sing a song by Vermont singer by the name of John Galemore. And John wrote a song called Dirt. It's got a chorus if you'd like to sing it. The chorus is, dirt we can rock and roll around in. Dirt, mud pie a la mode. Dirt, all covered by sundown. I'm a day crawler. That is the chorus if you'd like to sing along. Well, Papa gets himself a dry martini. Mama sees an old-fashioned girl. Uncle Sam's a sucker for a straight up stinger, and Danny is a going pink squirrel. I'm faced with a family of guzzling guppies, even my dog gets his licks. And they all think that I'm crazy not to want some, and I just turned 6. But give me dirt, we can rock and roll around in dirt. Mud pie Alamo dirt, all covered by sundown, I'm a day crawler. Normal kids go for the G.I. Joe games, I never went for green. And then there's those sliding in the snow games, cold and a little too clean. I'm having in my big old sandbox, getting my sculpture done. Michelangelo might have made more money, but he never had this much fun. Singing dirt, we can rock and roll around in dirt. A mud pie Alamo dirt, all covered by sundown, I'm a day crawler. Well, rosemary grows very well in the dirt, but she's never in the soil when she's wearing a skirt. Sunflowers towering, but how about you? Can you dig it, can you dig it? We can dig it, we can dig it. Singing dirt, we can rock and roll around in dirt. A mud pie Alamo dirt, all covered by sundown, I'm a gate crawler. Deck my hall with mud, March 30, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be dirty, fa la 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 la. All around me folks are moping, fa la 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 la. Earth forever I am hoping, fa la 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 la. Singing dirt, we can rock and roll around in dirt. A mud pie Alamo dirt, all covered by sundown, I'm a day crawler. Throw it at me, sling it at me, dirt. We can rock and roll around in dirt. A mud pie Alamo dirt, all covered by sundown, I'm a day crawler.